What's up, guys? It is Maxwell with a sweet victory today. 3 stars over FYSB, random war, even breakdown, and a 3-star victory in a 30 versus 30. Definitely very convincing. 2 out of 3 11 versus 11 triples. Very nice. They also got one 8 to 6 10v10. Very nice as well. Not quite as good 9v9, but then again, enough, I guess, to win. Perfect dips on our side, a dip fail for FYSB. And yeah, random war. I don't even want to talk too much about it, guys. Let's get right into our replays. They are quite good. As you can see, we left only 2 stars on the board. Everything else fell victim to my fellow whales, and of course also 2 of my attacks. So first, let's start things off with an 11 versus 11 triple on number 2 right here by Manuel. And he's actually coming in cleaning up my attack because I made the plan for this one. I had a 96% time fail, so painful on that, but whenever I can be cleaned up for the win, that's of course fine by me. So a very nice job here to Manuel on yeah, making it work and making the tweaks that were needed my attack, and pulling out a very big 3-star. Although not everything did go smooth, he was of course able to learn from my initial attack. My attack on this base was the first 11 versus 11 attempt, as you guys saw. 2 out of 3, so definitely solid. And he comes in right here with a nice little queen walk. It's going to be almost losing the queen, actually uses the queen ability right there. Giants are all going to target this little intersection, which is also where the wall breakers go. A little bit of an overkill on the wall breakers, although actually he sort of got unlucky there, got the wall breakers into the Eagle artillery shot. A very nice vulnerability, just saving the queen's health, who is actually going to be healing back up. And then thankfully she will escape the Inferno Tower beam, so she's going to be able to stay alive. And now a little bit weird here, the king is actually going to reroute, go outside, because I think maybe the jump spell was not quite on point. I'm not quite sure what that was, but the king went outside, took all the healers with him. As you can see, he's got 9 hogs, which he's going to be using to snipe off a couple of these final defenses, the bowlers. Meanwhile, doing work, just the one witch in there, just to cause some distraction for the defenses inside the core. Second Inferno is going to go down, and overall, he's got some hogs left, as I already mentioned, to snipe off these final defenses. 2 on the Tesla right here are going to get that down. And then we're going to have the troops breaking through. He's got 6 more hogs left in the back, so we've got a cannon and a Grand Warden over there that still needed to be taken out. Sends in the hogs on the cannon, on the mortar. Giant bomb gets triggered, the Grand Warden gets taken out, and overall nice cleanup. A little bit of a spammy attack, yes, but still a sweet triple. So WFD to Manu, that's for sure. And then the other 11 versus 11 triple, once again by Red 5. He's really stepped it up in the last couple of weeks. Like, his performance has definitely gone up a lot, which is of course great and beautiful to see. And he's using once again one of his favorite attack strategies, 11 versus 11, the little kill squad and then Lalo, which he's gonna be applying to this base here as well. And yeah, comes in with the Ground Warden as usual. Like, oftentimes we use the Ground Warden with these kill squads because it gives you so much extra value for just, as you can see, 5 bowlers in this case. Everybody making their way in. Just a couple, I think a couple of bowlers went straying here on this one, but they increased the initial damage, which was of course his goal, so it's all good. And the Grand Warden is actually going to survive here. You guys got to keep a close eye on the Grand Warden, because he's actually going to clutch it later in the raid. So yeah, Red takes out those 2 air sweepers right there, and then he's going to be starting as Lalo. Very nice, of course, to get this second sweeper down as well, because it was facing the Lalo. So as you can see, some nice pathing that he has set up here. Comes in with the double finger loon drop. The queen actually takes out the first archer tower, so all the loons are actually gonna bunch up a little bit, which is of course cool. Troll Tesla at 12 o'clock already spotted that and took it out as well. Loon's a little bit on the low health side over there, but he's got a heal spell with him as well. The hastes are coming in on the side there. Heal spell now being dropped, healing quite a few of those loons back up to full. I think we lost a couple to the Eagle Scatter. Now take a look, guys. The Queen and the Warden on the outside are actually going to play the two per people wrecking crew there. That was awkward. And they're gonna be making their way all the way around the entire base. He's sort of lacking one spell right here. Although I think he needed the rage spell, so that's why he, like, I guess she just was lacking one spell. And the Queen and the Warden are actually gonna come in here to help clean up the final defenses. The Queen gets actually taken out by the Tesla. The minions, though, the lava pups, I mean, are gonna overwhelm that. They're gonna take out the mortar, they're gonna take out the gold storage, and then it's going to come down to Warden versus Wizard Tower, and of course the Warden outranges the Wizard Tower, so it's gonna take it out. And then just in time, with like 3 or 4 seconds left, I think, the Warden takes out the final gold storage for the 3 stars, so very nice attack to Red 5, great job, man. For sure, keep up the good work, he's smashing it lately, as I already said. Yo-Yo dropping another 10 versus 10 6-pack. He's loving the small kill squads right now with some back and Lalo, of course, still. His favorite attack strategy comes in with a wizard to funnel the elixir storage. And for everybody that was wondering, can one wizard funnel an elixir storage against a maxed out tunnel 10 mortar? Yes, it can. I didn't even know. I learned from this attack as well. And then we've got the Golem, of course, doing some tanking for Queen, who is beautifully going to be able to set up the funnel right here. Mini bomb gets triggered, 3 more wall breakers are going to be able to open up this little section there. BK coming in, we've got 8 bowlers actually, so a couple more than we usually see. We are used, of course, to 5 or 6 bowlers. Jump spell is actually going to not open access to this first Inferno Tower. I don't know if he meant to place it that way because he wanted to get the Wizard Tower down for sure, or if it was a misdrop, I'm not quite sure. The Queen is actually going to end up missing the first Inferno as well. The bowlers are going crazy in the core, taking out or at least severely weakening the enemy Queen. Yo-Yo's Queen does a little bit weird stuff here, but she's going to come back, of course. Pop the ability, take out the Expo, take out the enemy Queen, and then also the second Inferno Tower, actually. So, yeah, the Lalo is going to be started. In the 3 o'clock corner still, there go the Loons. They are moving right onto the first Archer Tower. Red bomb there, so they actually take a lot of damage right away, which is, of course, never ideal. But it happens. Then Yo-Yo coming in with the Lalo, and whenever he does these kill squads, when we're on voice, we just somehow at some point we get the feeling, all right, the kill squad was too good. He can't fail this anymore because he's so good with the Lalo. In this case, he actually ended up using the level 4 Lava Hound first, which usually we don't do. Of course, usually we send the level 3 Lava Hound first because it's gonna naturally soak up a lot of Seeking Air Mines and like take a lot of damage. So it's oftentimes nicer to have the level 4 Lava Hound backhand to tank the final point defense, but in this case, Yo-Yo deciding against that. Clearly, it worked out very nicely, so great hit. As always, or as so often, to Yo-Yo. Taking care of base 7 right here. Moving down a couple to number 12, we have got Valvi, who actually dropped the 6-pack. Huge shout out to Valvi for an awesome performance inside this war. 6-pack against FYSB definitely helps out. And this is, he's attacking York. I think this is still York, right? York, let me know if that's... I know it's your account, or it used to be at least. I think it's still York. And I think he tripled against War Whales as well. But yeah, anyways. I actually, guys, did not watch too much of this war. Basically, I was really busy and I only turned up in the very end to do a dip and my 11 vs 11 attempt, of course. Because I was actually, this was the day where I was coming home from Hamburg. So I was really, as you could probably see in my face already in the beginning of this video, I'm still really stressed out. It's gonna take at least like 1 more day, I think, to recover, because like that was for sure a stressful weekend. But yeah, this is the day where I returned, where this war ended, so I didn't watch too much of it. I was not too involved in this one, but I mean, I clearly didn't need to be. Like, the guys did an amazing job in beating FYSB here. And yeah, Valvi's gonna be having a bunch of wall breakers. Actually, I did not look at the initial wall breaker count, but it must have been quite a few. Actually misses the connecting break here, which is unfortunate. However, the Queen should loop outside and then eventually take out the air defense. The Wizard is doing work over there. More wall breakers coming in, a little bomb going off, but the wall breakers, they still are able to break that intersection. Decides not to use a rage spell there. Now uses it, of course, to take care of the Inferno Tower. Very nice rage spell, Queen ability being used, kills the air defense, kills the Inferno Tower. Such a nice Queen charge. He's going to Lalo with only 1 Lava Hound, but he's got 21 balloons. That's quite a few. You can do a lot of stuff with 21 balloons. and that's exactly what he's going to do as well. So here they come from all sides and angles. The Lava Hound basically only soaking up some traps. We already saw 2 red bombs going off there. That's of course always the main concern with these Lalo raids, the red bombs for the loons. The queen is gonna die, but that's okay. The queen actually dies. And quite a few queen charge Lalos, of course, due to the single Infernos now. We've got some loons coming in on the back end. They're gonna help out a little bit, but I think actually his other group of loons there would have already been able to do the job anyways. But yeah, he had the loons, so he dropped them. And a very nice hit to Velvy. And a nice 6-pack, as I already mentioned. Great job, Velvy. Alright, who's next? Next is number 16, Richard, dropping the bomb as well inside this war with the Falcon. Would you know it, guys? Richard using the Falcon. I guess you gotta use what works. So this goes to show, you know, don't gotta be afraid of the Falcon. You can use the Falcon, it's all good. A nice and creative funnel here, as we oftentimes see by Richard, bouncing on the Archer Tower right there. I think the bowler's not quite gonna take it out, but maybe the baby dragon will? I don't know, the expo switch is actually the bowler to take it out. What? RIP, I kinda definitely missed something there, but yeah. Creative little funnel, the queen is gonna be making her way towards this natural opening into the base. He's got 2 expos and an Archer Tower on him, so clearly needs a rage spell right there. Actually misses the healers, I think. Or are they inside the rage? Now they are for sure. But yeah. BK is going to be walking down the side here. Usually we oftentimes with the Falcon see the Queen, of course, walking around the outside. This time it's BK walking around, and then the Witches and the Bowlers. The Witches, the Valkyries and the Bowlers and the Queen making their way into the core of this base, absolutely destroying it actually. The Bowlers, they do take the giant bomb right there, but the healers in the core are doing work. As you could see there, they are actually healing the boulders back to full. Some Hawks coming in. It's always nice to have these flexible Hawks to just send them wherever, basically wherever you need them. At this point it's not even looking too hot, but he's got a heal spell left. He's gonna be using it on the Hawks if I'm not mistaken here. Makes the most sense. At this point he was probably really worried, but it's actually gonna work out, as you guys will be able to see. Skelly spell gets dropped right there, distracting the Wizard Tower, distracting the ground skeletons. And yeah. Too close for comfort, but he is actually going to be able to wrap this one up with a triple, which is nice. The Inferno, what actually took out the Inferno? I don't even know. The Queen is going to break through the wall right there. The Inferno is going to be targeting the Queen, alright. Jeez, I don't even know, guys. Oh, he's that ability. Oh, alright, yeah. I guess the Queen had a pretty easy job then taking out the Inferno. So yeah, guys, save your Queen ability. It can sometimes save your triple in the end of the raid. And that's what Richard did, taking care of the arrow over on the FYSB side. 2 more attacks actually, guys, and both of those 9v9. First of all, big shout out to Beecher Meat, aka Ben, coming in with the fresh hit 6-pack, so very big war for Ben as well. Very nice job. Definitely one of the MVPs inside this one. Is always so nice when you can drop the early fresh 6-pack on a Tunnel 9. It just gives you a good feeling. I don't know. You look at the rest of the war and you're pretty comfortable. Like, I did my job. I did fine. That's one of the things I enjoy most about warring in SL. That yeah, you have these good wars as a Tunnel 9, and then you can just sit back and relax for the rest of the war and watch the other guys do work. Help out here and there if you're needed, and other than that, just feel good because you helped out your team. Interesting Skelly spell, that's for sure. Decided to drop it on the cannon over there. He's got no healers for the flanks of this Witch Slap Assault. However, he's got the Queen, full health with her ability inside the core. And AQ is actually going to be taking out one of the threatening Wizard Towers right here. Other than that, we see a couple of cannons on the outside, we see a couple of mortars, but really not too much of a worry for the remainder of his troops. AQ is going to be making her way through the wall with that Witch there to accompany her. Queen ability not going to be used just yet. The Queen is actually going to take a couple of interesting routes here. Finally make her way towards the outside to join the party, and then you guys know the end of these Witch Slap attacks. Eventually it wraps up on some part of the base with more or less witches surviving. Very nice job to Ben. The last attack for today's war is on 22, and the most beautiful Tunnel 9 in War Worlds, El Guapo, is going to be getting himself some as well. Nice little 9v9 action on this base number 22 with the Stoned Hobo. One of Guapo's preferred attack strategies, of course. Maybe still his favorite. I don't know. He would have to. I would have to interview him on this. But yeah, it's going to be coming in with 2 out of those 3 golems right away. The third golem is going to be coming in. He's actually going to do a semi-circle funnel around the half base here, it looks like. Similar to what Sea Carried always used to do, and he was clearly very, very good with the Stone Hobo. So yeah, King, Queen, and the borders are going to be making their way in. Very small section of the base where he eventually ends up entering. One more Hawk is going to be able to finish off this low health arch tower right there, very nicely spotted by Guaps. Second jump spell going down to allow access towards the enemy heroes. See, most people probably would have started their attack on the enemy heroes, but he starts actually on the side that, or the corner of the base that was the farthest away from the heroes, and is actually going to use them as sort of a magnet for his troops to go there and eventually take them out, and then just a couple of Hawkies on the sides here coming in to deal with these final defenses, the point defenses by themselves, like when they're on their own and not covered by any more defense. They are, of course, pretty weak, aka the Hawks are pretty strong against them. The Queen is still doing work. She did not have to use her ability yet, as she had some nice tanking throughout the entire duration of this raid. She now takes out the first Tesla, the second Tesla, and then the bomb tower as well. Actually, not the second Tesla yet. Alright, rip. But it's the Hawks on the back end that are coming in now. The ability for the Tesla, and that's gonna seal the deal for this one. Last 2 Hawks onto the last cannon there, and a very patient and good attack by Guaps. Very nicely done, Guaps. Keep it up as well. To help us bring our Tile 9 game back up to standard, man. So yeah, guys, one more time the war map. It actually looks pretty beautiful. So everything top to bottom 3-star other than the 2 Town Hall 11 bases, of course. 88 stars out of the 90. That is definitely a solid war. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's going to do it for this one. Until next time, Captain says peace out later, and that's it.